What's up, guys? This is Kyle at Jumpsuit Mafia. On this eventful rainy day of Volkswagen. Now, what I'm doing here is changing thermostat housing for my wife's car, which is right here. Now, if you can see it, it's like buried in there. See that little plastic thing over there? That's it. But to get to it, you could do it without taking the whole front end off like I do. It's all blown apart because, you know, this is what you call service mode in the VW Audi world. Shout out to VW Audi. Whatchamacallit. So, pretty much, I was trying to avoid this, but this stupid stubborn bolt over here, this thing right here, was stuck right over, let's say, in here, which was a pain in the butt to get to, and it was starting to strip because with all the corrosion going in the hex hole. So it wasn't sitting all the way in and it was starting to strip, but with very limited access, I was trying to do what I could so I can escape without pulling the front end off. But unfortunately, it had to come out to that I had to pretty much hammer a hex socket in there, a H6 hex bolt, hex socket thingamajiggy. Hammer it in there so it would not strip and pretty much broke it loose. But just for future reference, guys, I know nobody likes to pull apart Volkswagens, and because it's so much complicated crap, you know, pulling apart the front end is so ridiculous on these cars, which it is. But this is how Volkswagen made to do it, so it can make your life a whole lot easier instead of squeezing your hands through a tight spot. Because literally there's probably like 2 inches of space in here to fit your hands. I have big hands, so it won't fit. And plus, it makes it a lot easier to get all to the coolant hoses, you know, without breaking anything, because it's all plastic parts. And if I had to bend this pipe right here, it's a metal pipe. If I didn't want to get the bolt off and I wanted to bend the pipe, what would have happened was this pipe would not be sitting flush against the housing, and it would have probably caused a future leak. Now, that's one thing you do not want to do on your wife's car, is to half-ass it, because number one, it's your wife. 2, wife and kids. 3, you know, my wife will unleash all hell upon thee, which I would rather not have. So I would rather take the time and take a little extra couple of minutes to do it this way instead of, you know, half-assing it. Because the last thing you want to do is half-ass on a German car, because you will pay the price. Because these cars are very, very picky cars. They do not like to be half-assed. So, note to self on German cars, guys, just do what you have to do to make your life easier, which is pretty much dropping the whole front end on this car, taking apart the headlights, the front bumper, everything. I mean, you don't have to disconnect anything. You just gotta unbolt it and lower it. Like I have it lowered on a drain pan right now, so it doesn't stretch any wires or anything, but it just gives me enough access to get to that bolt. And I had to do it just for this one bolt. But you know, at the end of the day, it makes it a lot easier because you have now a shit ton of space to get your job done. This is like the worst nightmare for any mechanic, for them to pull off the front end of a German car. But you know what? If you do it repetitively over and over again, it doesn't really make a difference, because then it becomes second nature. So this is just part 1 of taking it apart, and I will be recording part 2 really soon when it's back together, and you'll see how things go. Thanks, guys.